So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change, keep on thinking things will always be the same. But will
family, friends, and guests. Before we begin our ceremony this evening, the members of the senior class have requested that you remain seated throughout the processional so that all parents will have an unobstructed view as their graduates make their way to the stage. You may take pictures from your seat, but please do not block any of the aisles because the graduates will be filing in from both entrances and will be walking down each aisle. We also ask that you remain seated until the last senior has exited the auditorium at the end of the ceremony. Please make sure that you silence all electronic devices before we begin. Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the 2015 graduating class from the Margaret Talkington School for Young Women Leaders. These young women have completed a 13-year educational journey with the help and support of many of the guests who are here this evening. So on behalf of the Talkington class of 2015, I would like to extend a special word of gratitude to all the family, friends, and faculty members who have been instrumental in helping these girls achieve so much. Your love, dedication, and relentless encouragement are sincerely appreciated. At this time, it is my honor to ask Sarah Parker and Keon Johnson to come forward and begin our ceremony by leading us in prayer and the pledges to the American and Texas flags.
Please stand and bow your heads with me as we go into prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for today as we celebrate the class of 2015's accomplishment and recognition of all of our hard work. I would like to thank you for every moment you helped us get to where we are today. You have blessed us with a multitude of talents and gifts, and for these we are eternally grateful. I would also like to thank you for giving us such a generous advisory board, as we are so fortunate to have the support that they have provided, not only to our school, but to the entire senior class. Lord, I ask that you can continue to bless them as they have blessed us with their guidance. Father, we are thankful for all of our parents, without whom we would not have survived 1 minute, and pray that you would watch over them as we make our transitions into college. I would also ask your blessing for our administrators and teachers, because without them, we would not have made it through high school. And I pray for your guiding hand as they continue in their marvelous work. My final request, Lord, is for the members of this senior class. I pray that you will continue to be the force that influences in us all for our future decisions, and I ask that you keep us safe wherever our destiny may lead us. These things I ask in your name. Amen.
Will everyone please join me in saying the pledges to the United States and Texas flags? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please remain standing for our national anthem performed by the senior members of the Lady Warrior Choir under the direction of Mrs. Donna Barbie.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may now be seated.
It is a privilege for me to recognize the exceptional young women in this graduating class who have held senior class leadership positions. Please stand when I call your name. Audience, please hold your applause until all officers have been acknowledged. Student Council President Pauline Welsh T. Loda. Student Council Vice President, Aurora Elizabeth Hadzik. National Honor Society President, Brittany Lee Landry. National Honor Society Secretary, Katie Marie Alexander. Cheerleading Captain, Fawn SYWL Doslin Solis. Senior Class Officers, President, Keon Nashay Johnson. Vice President, Madison Brianne Chesky. Secretary, Aubrey Elizabeth Brozo. Treasurer, Sarah Catherine Parker. Historian, Kimberly Ann Morgan. Albert Schweitzer said, "Example is leadership." And it is my belief that in order for student leaders to develop and grow, they must be surrounded by examples of effective leaders who serve as role models and who set the standards for leader-like behavior. This evening, we are fortunate to have as our special guests some of the most distinguished leaders in our district and in our community, and it is a privilege for me to introduce these individuals. Dr. Burl Robertson, Jr., Lubbock Independent School District Superintendent. Dr. Teresa Williams, Deputy Superintendent for Academic Services. Mr. Doyle Vogler, Associate Superintendent for Secondary Campuses. Mr. Joel Castro, Associate Superintendent for Priority Campuses. Mr. Dan Pope, President of the Lubbock ISD Board of Trustees. Mrs. Melissa Collier, Vice President. Mrs. Laura Vinson, Ms. Vernita Woods Holmes, Mr. Mario Ibarra. I also would like to welcome a new member to our LISD administration staff, Dr. Dorothy West, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. The Talkington campus leadership team members include myself, Berta Fogerson, Ms. Julie Wyatt, Assistant Principal, Ms. Cammie Williamson, Counselor, Mr. Jeremy Cortez, College Advisor. Our senior class sponsors are Ms. Brittany Dunlap and Ms. Stacy Mickey, and we would also like to thank Mrs. Melissa Durham for assisting during tonight's ceremony. We are also honored to have our special guest, Mrs. Lynn McBee, Chief Executive Officer of the Young Women's Preparatory Network. Members of our Talkington Advisory Board that are here this evening include Mrs. Marcy Lawless, Ms. Nancy Neal, Ms. Vernita Woods Holmes. Let's give them a hand. We are appreciative of the leadership, service, vision, and support that you provide for our school. Thank you so much. Finally, I would be negligent if I did not take the opportunity to credit those who have played the most important role and who have had the most impact in molding the minds of these brilliant young women that we honor tonight. It is a privilege for me to recognize the faculty and staff at Talkington by asking them to stand and allowing us to extend a heartfelt applause for all they do for our students. This evening, the commencement address will be delivered by Ms. Aurora Hadzik, followed by Ms. Katie Alexander's presentation of the class history.
A witty intellectual once said, "The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why." Mark Twain. It would be foolish of me to say that we have all discovered our purpose in life. But without a doubt, I can say that Talkington has impacted our lives much like we have impacted life at Talkington. Despite walking down our paths in the dark, I can say for all of us, one light aided us on our journey, and that was our commitment to making Talkington what it is today. Just this year, I participated in Valentine's for Veterans and sat with girls from 7th grade, and I was able to witness the fruit of our labor come forth as a young girl told me that hearing our names in colleges over the announcements gave her inspiration, motivation, encouragement, and pride in our school. Every year, I feel our school grow stronger with pride, and I like to think that if it had not been for our class and the class before us, none of this would have happened, at least not the way it is now. When we started at Talkington 7 years ago, I'll admit our future seemed bleak at best. At first open house, there were no ceiling tiles and the construction was out the door. We were simply SYWL, and we held no prestigious title. Our colors were pink, black, and silver, and yes, I was one of those students who voted for those. Our cafeteria was dubbed a cafegimatorium. It served all three purposes, a cafeteria, a gym, and an auditorium, because we had so little to utilize. We debated about our school mascot, and were initially torn between the polar bears and the storm. But logic and sense eventually kicked in, and we became Lady Warriors. And with those decisions came a school that in 6th grade, we didn't know we were creating. We were so lost in the present, we never considered the future. And now that it's here, the future never seemed more promising. Sometimes I just have to take a step back and acknowledge just how much our class has done and how much we accomplished as a class. People have left our school that we thought were vital to making our class. But looking at this class of 31 people, I wish I had known sooner that we were precisely what makes this class perfect. And it wasn't just students that shaped this school. The teachers that have been here from the beginning have played a massive role in our lives. Mr. Butler is, for many of us, a father that we could turn to. I know I looked up to him for guidance when I needed it, and he did not fail to teach us all about the Cowboys and Harvard people. Mrs. Durham is like our mother, who guided us in how to be a lady and taught us all about the hidden symbols in our world, like how her clothes always looked like food right before lunch, and the importance of those blue curtains. Mrs. Moore and Mrs. Barbie were both a mother and a best friend. They were always there when we needed to vent about our frustrations and rejoice in our accomplishments. Their enthusiasm inspired us and taught us the importance of creativity in life. Mrs. Swindell was our coach in life and the provider of older music that would have otherwise been lost to us. She taught us how to take responsibility for our actions, even though it was clearly her fault we failed all those tests. And to Miss Rodriguez, or How We Knew You, and now Mrs. Martinez, who taught us how to bake bread and churn butter during the Great Depression. At least now, if our economy goes downhill, we know we'll survive. She also inspired us all to learn how to crochet, and for some, like Jordan, even make a small business of it. We were not alone on this journey, not one bit. Every step of the way, those around us were steering us in the right direction, and they needed someone to steer. All this time, we were under the illusion that we were leading the way, but in truth, we were following those before us and around us. Granted, there were only 17 in the first class, but there were enough of them to create something beautiful for all of us to emulate. The many adults who advised, influenced, and impacted our decision-making molded us into strong individuals and powerful self-advocates. At one time, we might have thought that those qualities were inherently present in each of us, but today, I've realized that we have evolved into leaders because all along, we have followed. This class may conflict a lot. It would be easier to tell you that we all got along perfectly every step of the way. But realistically, we battled and fought one another. Not for selfish reasons or as a result of immature acts, but because of something that makes us completely unique. And that is that we are all leaders. Just as a room of followers is static, a room of leaders can be chaotic. And in this situation, this grouping of self-assured, opinionated young women has forced all of us to learn when to step up and lead, and when it is necessary to follow. Albert Camus once said, "Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend." This quote depicts my class. We are friends who treat one another with respect and compassion, for the most part. We lead, we follow, we walk beside each other as equals, and we stand behind each other when all that is needed is support. We do what needs to be done. We fight, we cry, and in the end, we cherish the fact that we remain good friends. As we go our separate ways into college and into this real world everyone talks so much about, we know we will be challenged, but we are confident that faced with the greatest of adversities, we can follow our instincts and rely on our skills to lead us out of difficulties and guide us to success. These 7 years have come and gone in a flash, and though our paths are untangling and we are separating from each other, I can say with full confidence that today ends our journey as followers, and tomorrow we will be leading the way.
I stand before you today to share our class history, a history that began for 24 of us in the summer of 2008, and it grew and shrank, and our numbers changed, and the faces changed with us. But the relationship grew, more importantly, than the faces that changed. The idea to open an all-girls school finally became a reality in 2008. Thankfully, Dr. Kim Perry was named principal of our school as she had just completed her doctoral thesis on single-gender education. It is under her leadership that the framework for our school was developed. After a year of planning, we were recruited and presented with this idea to come take part in what was predicted to be an amazing experience attending Young Women Leaders School. And amazing it has been. We first began to learn about each other through the summer before school started. In our first meetings, we participated in icebreakers, team-building exercises, we voted on colors, and yes, the colors were pink. We were fitted for our uniforms, and basically just had more fun than any of us ever knew we could have. Most of us didn't know a single person that would be attending class with us in the fall. Little did we know that classmates would quickly be replaced by friend and ultimately sister. In 6th grade, the whole school fit in one hallway. Miss Hall scared us by screaming in the bathroom after she was dared to do baby blue eyes. Mr. Hunt called from the office from room 111 long after the intercom had been unplugged. And wasps routinely flew out of the ceiling tiles in social studies. We were babies in 2008 and 2009, but we witnessed the destruction of Haiti by Hurricane Gustav and the election of Barack Obama as U.S. president. As we learned about these impactful current events, we also took part in activities like going to the movies to see Wall-E and bedtime stories. Thus inspired us to name the class pet hamster Eva. By 7th grade, the debate over Twilight had turned into war, dividing sisters into two factions, Team Jacob or Edward. In the meantime, the U.S. grieved the death of Michael Jackson and mourned over the 13 men murdered in the Fort Hood. We thought we had this middle school thing figured out. 3-minute passing periods were nothing, and we laughed at the cluelessness of 6th graders like we had been any different. We learned that Miss Durham wasn't as scary as we first thought, and discovered that Mr. Warren had a problem ripping his pants, and figured out that studying human body systems wouldn't be quite so awkward with Miss Swindell. Dance, orchestra, and choir were electives for some, but became passions for others. We had cool clubs like chess club, go green, speed stacking. And yet we were still having to explain our school was a public school, where it was, what all girls meant, and no, we are not a reform school. In the summer before 8th grade, we had our first experience at Science is a Girl thing at Texas Tech, and staying in the dorms and living in close quarters with our sisters. This is when sister first became an actual thing rather than just an idea. It was a neat way to bond after our trip to Austin at the end of 7th grade. And we began to chart our last year of middle school and learned what it meant to look up to our freshman sisters who were charting the waters in their first year of high school. The teachers participated in our legal trade activities in the U.S. history mercantilism exercise. We took our last tax test, only like the overachievers we are, to worry about the STAR test and what it would mean long before we ever had to take it. We concluded the year by going on an amazing trip to Washington, D.C. By the end of middle school, we had become more aware of world events and needs, thus made it our goal to fold 1,000 paper cranes to send to Japan after the tsunami. At the end of 8th grade, we said a sad goodbye to Dr. Perry and gave a cheerful welcome to Ms. Fogerson, who would be our new principal. We entered our first year of high school, and we endured our first AP class with Mr. Butler. He brought Occupy Wall Street and Arab Springs into our classroom and into our worlds. Knowing what we know now, Mr. Butler, we probably would have taken AP more seriously then, as this was the beginning of AP classes for all of us. This year was full of firsts: our first school dance, first musical hosted by Estacado, first UIL competitions, Imagination Destination Team, volleyball team, basketball team, tennis program, and so much more. We learned what a lady warrior is, that she is more than a mascot. She's a symbol of a woman who is fierce and who can accomplish any and all things. A lady warrior is strong, powerful, and always rises above the challenge. We're proud to call ourselves Lady Warriors. We returned our sophomore year, and the construction did as well, thus bringing back the nasty infestation of scorpions and other undesirables we remembered from 6th grade. We began our octathlon program, established our own chapter of NHS, and welcomed a much-needed technology department. Our school was growing enough to hold its own, and we made a name for ourselves. We expanded our knowledge by learning about foot binding with Mrs. Cortez, unraveled the mysteries of chemistry with Miss Gunia. We learned the ins and outs of formulas in algebra and triangles in geometry under the direction of Miss Wilkins. During the year, we watched history in the making with the re-election of President Obama and the tragedy of the Boston Marathon bombings. In our junior year, we came back to school to enjoy a beautiful new library and 4 real science labs, a technology lab, an expanded cafeteria, and a new courtyard with picnic tables that we could enjoy during lunch on nice days. We welcomed 2 foreign exchange students, Christia Morgenstern of Germany and Noemi Werthmuller of Switzerland, and they joined us for a small portion of our journey, though no one would ever know that they hadn't been with us since 6th grade. This was the year Talkington became a complete middle school and high school program. Unfortunately, this meant that we had to prepare for what we knew would be a tearful goodbye to last year's seniors who had been with us from the beginning. We trudged through the trenches of AP US History with Mr. Butler. We analyzed passages and wrote hundreds of essays with Ms. Durham. We mastered physics with Mr. Rodriguez. We managed to survive Algebra 2 with Ms. Wilkins and beat answers out of pre-cal with Ms. Mickey. Overall, it was our most challenging year. Now, as we sit before you today, the senior class of 2015, we have conquered more than 12 different AP tests, as many or more STAR tests. We have broken the glass ceiling, triumphed against all odds. We have excelled in all levels of competition. Behind me sit 30 other seniors that can and will be the next leaders and world changers. I am amazed by them every day, and I am proud to have spent these years sharing our successes and our disappointments. Though we've counted down to this day, since day one, we are filled with excitement about what the future holds for us. This rite of passage comes with mixed emotions. Most of us have been on this journey together since 6th grade, and now we move on to other places. The thought of us not being together next year makes this celebration difficult. There is no way I've covered all the accomplishments of my fellow seniors, for there are too many to mention. Thanks to our teachers, our principals, our counselors, our families, and our friends, we are the outstanding women who sit before you today. And it is my honor to commemorate my sisters for all that they have contributed to the legacy at Talkington in the way of leadership, academic achievement. And it doesn't end here. This chapter of life is closing, but we are opening the next one to write an even bigger one.
I will now recognize those seniors who have earned honor and highest honor status, which is designated by the wearing of the gold honor stole. In order to be considered as an honor graduate, a student must have a 3.5 to 3.99 grade point average. When your name is called, please stand and remain standing until everyone has been recognized. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been announced. Those seniors who have achieved honor status are Maddie Chesky, Jade de la Cruz, Brittany Landry, Mia Martinez, Brittany McKelvey, Kimberly Morgan, Bailey Schrader, Ana Torres, Vanessa Venegas. Members of the graduating class of 2015 receiving high honors are those students who have maintained a grade point average of 4.0 or higher. In addition to the gold honor stole, these seniors will receive an honor plaque courtesy of the Lubbock Independent School District, signifying their achievement. Please stand when your name is called. Again, we ask that the audience hold your applause until all names have been announced. Graduating seniors who have achieved high honor status today are Caitlin Albrecht, Katie Alexander, Aubrey Brozo, Brittany Brozo, Lily Faulkner, Kenshavia Forster, Aurora Hadzik, Keon Johnson, Becky Lane, Pauline Lota, Lindsay Miller, Kayla Nasworth, Sarah Parker, Casey Poore, Fawn Solis, and Jordan Wiley. The top 10 graduates in this class will be recognized at this time for their outstanding academic achievements. Ladies, please stand when I call your name. And again, I ask that you hold your applause until the end. Aubrey Brozo, Lindsay Miller, Casey Poore, and Fawn Solis are tied for 7th place ranking with a 4.363 grade point average. These young ladies make up 4 of our top 10 places at one time. Number 6 in the class is Jordan Wiley with a 4.365 grade point average. Brittany Brozo is number 5 with a 4.393 average. Keon Johnson earned a 4.426 average ranking as number 4. Let's give these young women a round of applause. Now it is my pleasure to announce the highest ranking graduates for the class of 2015, starting with our salutatorian, followed by our 2 valedictorians. I would like to invite Ms. Jill Feemister and Mr. Timothy Alexander to the stage to help me honor our salutatorian, Katie Marie Alexander. Katie earned a 4.428 grade point average and has met the requirements to graduate with a distinguished diploma. Katie has been a student at Talkington since the school opened in 2008, and she has contributed through her participation in various school activities. As a member of the academic decathlon team, her skills helped the team earn its 3rd place state ranking and 6th place national rank. An active member in choir, she's advanced to state level competition in solo and ensemble events. She's competed in UIL calculator, math, and science, and she has excelled in dance. Katie has maintained an after-school job for the last 2 years and has managed to dedicate the time needed to sustain her grades. Please join me in congratulating class salutatorian Katie Marie Alexander. Dr. Daniel Hadzik and Ms. Elizabeth Walling Hadzik will now join us on the stage to recognize the first of 2 class valedictorians, having earned a 4.6176 grade point average, Aurora Elizabeth Hadzik. Aurora is a distinguished graduate and an active member of the National Honor Society. As a member of the Student Council, she served as Vice President for the 2014-15 school year. Her leadership has been instrumental in establishing the Talkington Adopt a Highway program. A competitive member of the Academic Decathlon Honors Level team, she too contributed to the 3rd place state ranking and 6th place national ranking earned by the team this year. She has excelled as an art student and has won several vase competition awards for her work. Aurora has received a 4-year Dean's Scholarship to Austin College totaling $88,000. Congratulations are extended to Aurora Elizabeth Hadzik, class valedictorian. Mr. and Mrs. Gregorio and Annalyn Lota are the parents of Pauline Welsh T. Lota, who has also earned the distinction of valedictorian with a 4.6176 grade point average. Pauline's scholastic abilities are demonstrated in her role as a UIL competitor in mathematics, science, and number sense. She's competed in academic decathlon and octathlon and was named as the Texas Tech University Emmy Noether Math Day overall winner. Her artistic ability is evident as her exceptional work has earned her a 3rd place state ranking in vase competition, while her musical skills in piano were rated superior at the Piano Hymn Festival. In the area of leadership, Pauline has served as a student council officer throughout high school and as student body president this year. She has been active in United Way Youth Division since her freshman year and was the 2014-15 Public Relations Officer. Please join me in congratulating Pauline Welsh T. Lota, class valedictorian. At this time, it is a privilege to turn our program over to Dr. Burl Robertson, Jr., our Lubbock ISD Superintendent, so that he may address the class. Dr. Robertson.
Well, congratulations. You did it. 13 years of schooling, of reading books, writing papers, calculating math problems, of sketching your way through art class, of measuring your way through labs, and working your way through projects. You made it. You can be proud of where you stand today. When I asked your principal and counselors to describe you, they told me story after story of your passion. You're a class that speaks your mind, and I know that, and stands up for what you believe in. You're a class that keeps the tenacious hold on your goals, as evidenced by your presence here today, and the fact that your class has earned 100% college acceptance rate. It's remarkable to me that you cultivated this drive during 4 years in which dysfunction seemed to grab the headlines. There were marathon bombings, government shutdowns, natural and political fault lines, inequality and unrest, but you pushed on. Despite the dysfunction flashing across your screens, you kept showing up. You worked the problems. You wrote the papers. You did the summer reading and the summer programs. You spent the better part of a year poring over your senior project. No sleepless nights there, I'm quite sure. You moved through pain and danced through triumph. You barreled through that strange space-time continuum called high school, where 4 years flew by, but each day seemed to creep towards the release bell. And you put in the work to get accepted to some of the best schools in our state and nation, earning $1.7 million in scholarships. Not bad for a graduating class of 31, by the way. And today, 80% of you will graduate with honors or high honors. Your passions have made this school and your community proud. In the words of Pitch Perfect, you're amazing. Pauline Lota's passion for education began 8,000 miles away in the Philippines. There, her family dreamed of a free education, eventually moving to the United States to pursue this dream. Pauline overcame cultural and language barriers to excel in school. Her continued determination is evident today. Not only is she one of your valedictorians, She has been also accepted to the Honors College at Texas Tech University. Of course, I have to mention Fawn Salas. Like Pauline, Fawn's family moved from a far locale, South Africa, in search of an excellent education. She found that here at Talkington, earning a distinguished diploma and high honors at a school the Washington Post ranked the 13th most academically challenging in the nation. Fawn also found her voice here, a voice that has serenaded us many a time, and a voice we're sure to hear more from in the coming years. Pauline and Fawn represent so well what it means to be a Talkington woman. You are poised, bold, intelligent, motivated, and engaged. Indeed, you're a class of women accustomed to excelling. 6 of you are members of the nationally ranked academic decathlon team. 5 of you are state choir qualifiers. 3 of you are state orchestra qualifiers. 2 of you were regional qualifiers in ready writing. And 2 of you advanced to the State Visual Arts Scholastic Event Competition. Just look around you, the passionate scholars and artists. What impresses me the most, though, is that in all this drive, you never lost your sense of empathy. You helped one another. Your teachers and I both saw it. We saw you picking up the paper someone dropped in a rush through the hallway, being a shoulder to cry on, working a job after school to make the load a little lighter at home, and sending a text of encouragement when a friend had a rough day. As some of you saw friends struggle, you decided to be the change you wanted to see. 2 of your classmates served on my advisory team and helped create a program to support students going through tough times. This program and its tagline will launch in August, and I'm grateful for the work your classmates putting in to make this idea a reality. Your class has made our community better. You've logged 1,600 hours of volunteerism and $3,700 in charitable donations. And your good work doesn't end today. You will go on to serve your communities as educators, healthcare professionals, entrepreneurs, innovators, and public servants. You will follow in the iconic footsteps of women just like Margaret Talkington, and you will blaze a trail for the young women who look up to you. Your class has shown that nothing can stop you. I wish I could bottle that up and give it to the world. But I guess I don't have to, because here you are, going into the world and taking your passion and drive with you. Our community, our world will be better for it. And so it is my pleasure to announce your candidacy as graduates. But first, let me take a selfie. Thanks for indulging me on that, and you just might see that Twitter in a little bit, so well, you never know. Class of 2015, please stand. Mr. Mario Ibarra, would you please join me on the stand, please? Mr. Ibarra, I certify these students have met Lubbock Independent School District and Texas Education Agency graduation requirements, and I recommend that the Margaret Talkington School for Young Women Leaders class of 2015 be awarded their diplomas.
Graduates, please be seated. Please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Robertson, for that selfie. You know, it's something amazing now, that the things that we can do. So, you know, graduates, parents, guardians, relatives, and friends, thank you for being present for this grand occasion. The commencement ceremony for the class of 2015 for the Talkington School for Young Women's Leaders. Padres, familias, abuelos, tías, tíos, amigos, gracias por su presencia en este evento muy especial, la graduación de la clase de 2015. What do you think? What a glorious day to be a lady warrior. Just it's great, isn't it? In a few short moments, gone will be the days of being tardy to class. They're not as overly concerned about tardies at the university level. Wondering what it will be like when lunch is served. You'll actually have an abundance of choices. And wondering what you will answer to the question which seems to come out of nowhere. Where's your ID badge? You will now embark on a path in which you will trade your ID badge for a passport to a world to begin a new journey. You know, the third woman in U.S. history to be appointed to the United States Supreme Court Justice, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, was asked about how she achieved an historical appointment to the United States Supreme Court. Justice Sotomayor said this: "I am an ordinary person who has been blessed with extraordinary opportunities and experiences." We are blessed with opportunities and experiences which are significant to you as graduates on this important day. This is because we are all the sum total of everything that we have done up to this moment. Your graduation today is a result of many different undertakings, whether you participated in academic competitions, sang in a choir, or were a member of the orchestra, learned how to write a computer program, or learned another language, or whether you took the one class, that class that you knew you would be so difficult, but you also knew that it would be good for your future. All of these undertakings have brought you here today, along with the support of the people in your lives that have been your support system, so that you could be eligible as graduates as one of the best schools in the state. Let me strike that. In the nation. Right? In the nation. Your parents, guardians, relatives, and friends that have stood beside you, supported you. If someone important to you is here today that has been important to your success, graduates, please join me in applause to show your gratitude and appreciation. Also important to your success, to you being here today, are the faculty and staff of the Talkington School for Young Women Leaders who are here in the audience, and those from past years whose providence has provided excellence in teaching, patience in supporting you, teachers who at times might have pushed you to the point of irritation, all because they cared and believed in you. At this time, please join me in showing your appreciation for educators who are responsible for you being present today and whose teaching serves as a strong foundation for your future endeavors. Today, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to look for the extraordinary opportunities that are coming your way to take you to the next level of your success. Do not fear these opportunities. No matter how challenging they may be, run toward them. Whether your quest involves studying at one of the universities in our great country, opening a business, or accepting the challenge of graduate or professional school, embrace the experience. Learn from it, and the opportunity will pay tenfold by constantly developing you into the person that you are meant to be. Wherever your destination takes you, I want to take this moment to also encourage you to pursue the privilege of sharing your knowledge and good fortune with fellow human beings through volunteering. As graduates, I encourage you to seek out volunteer experiences through community organizations, your church, and through public service, so that you can take what you've learned, what you've earned, to make our community, our country, our world a better place for everyone. And finally, I want to leave you with this. In God's eyes, we are all equal. But what we are each given, what Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor referred to as the blessings of extraordinary opportunities and experiences, are yours today. From this moment on, I encourage you to enjoy and embrace your future filled with the blessings of extraordinary opportunities and wondrous experiences. Your graduation today marks the first of so many of a journey unfolding. Embrace these opportunities, and you will make your world, for yourself and others, a better place. May God continue to bless you and your families. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Lubbock Independent School District, I accept this class of graduates as certified by the administration and declare these graduates eligible to receive their diplomas at this time. Thank you.
It is our desire for all graduates to be recognized equally and to allow all parents to hear their daughter's name as they are called. Therefore, we ask for your cooperation and request all parents and guests to please refrain from any unnecessary noises during the ceremony. Aurora Elizabeth Hadzik, valedictorian. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors, Aurora is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Austin College in Sherman, Texas. Pauline Welsh T. Lota, valedictorian. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors, Pauline is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Texas Tech University, where she has been accepted to the Honors College. Katie Marie Alexander, salutatorian. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors, Katie is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Texas Tech University, where she has been accepted to the Honors College. Caitlin Michelle Albrecht, Distinguished Diploma with Highest Honors. Caitlin is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending South Plains College. Aubrey Elizabeth Brozo, Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Aubrey is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending the University of Houston. Brittany Ann Brozo, Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Brittany is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington. Claudia Lisette Calderon, recommended diploma. Claudia will be attending South Plains College. Elizabeth Ashley Collins, recommended diploma. Ashley is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Lubbock Christian University. Madison Brianne Chesky, recommended diploma with honors. Maddie will be attending Texas Tech University. Jade Elise Delacruz, Distinguished Diploma with Honors. Jade is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending South Plains College. Priscilla K. Faulkner, Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Lily is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending South Plains College. Kinshavia Shadney Forster, recommended diploma with high honors. Kinshavia will be attending Lubbock Christian University. Keon Nashay Johnson, Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Keon is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Georgia State University. Brittany Lee Landry, Distinguished Diploma with Honors. Brittany is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending South Plains College. Rebecca Louise Lane. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Rebecca is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Texas Tech University. Alyssa Candle Layer. Recommended Diploma. Alyssa will be attending Lubbock Christian University. Haley Ryan Martis. Recommended Diploma. Haley will be attending South Plains College. Mia Anissa Martinez. Recommended Diploma with Honors. Mia will be attending Lubbock Christian University. Nicole Lee Mata. Distinguished Diploma. Nicole will be attending Lubbock Christian University. Brittany Michelle McKelvey. Distinguished Diploma with Honors. Brittany is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Hendrix College in Conway, Arkansas. Lindsay Caitlin Miller. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Lindsay is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Texas Tech University. Kimberly Ann Morgan. Distinguished Diploma with Honors. Kimberly is attending Lubbock Christian University. Kayla Victoria Nasworth. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Kayla is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Lubbock Christian University. Sarah Catherine Parker. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Sarah is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Texas Tech University. Casey Lynn Poor. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Casey is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending the Honors College at Lubbock Christian University. Abigail Brooke Russell. Distinguished Diploma. Abby will be attending South Plains College. Fawn SYWL Jocelyn Solis. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors. Fawn is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Harding University in Searcy, Arkansas. Bailey Elise Schrader. Distinguished Diploma with Honors. Bailey will be attending the University of Texas Permian Basin in Odessa, Texas. Ana Marie Torres. Recommended Diploma with Honors. Ana will be attending South Plains College. Vanessa Yesenia Venegas. Distinguished Diploma with Honors, Vanessa will be attending South Plains College. Taylor Jordan Wiley. Distinguished Diploma with High Honors, Jordan is a member of the National Honor Society and will be attending Texas Tech University.
Seniors, will you please stand? Families and friends, it is my pleasure to present to you the Talkington High School class of 2015. Graduates, you may now turn your tassel.
I would like to ask all the Lady Warriors present to stand and join the seniors in reciting our mission statement for the last time. Our mission is to empower young women leaders through rigorous college preparatory experiences, health awareness, commitment to service, and personal accountability for lifelong success. All senior members of the Talkington Choir will lead the class as we sing the Talkington School for the last time. We invite everyone to join us as we sing. Class of 2015.